Fresh prophecy drops over dismissal of Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Fresh prophecy drops over dismissal of Senate President Godswill Akpabio. See what was announced. To my dear listeners, good day from wherever you're listening from. Kindly stay tuned as I read today's news. Primate Elijah Ayodele, leader of the INRI Evangelical Spiritual Church, has issued a strong warning about a potential conspiracy to remove Senate President Godswill Akpabio from office. In a video posted on his social media account, the prominent clergyman highlighted Akpabio's alleged mismanagement of his public statement, which, according to Ayodele, could lead to a loss of respect for the Senate and cause internal divisions. Ayodele, known for his political prophecies, claimed that Akpabio's inability to manage his remarks and actions may lead to widespread dissatisfaction among lawmakers, sparking a concerted effort to oust him. He noted that Akpabio's leadership style might fuel disrespect towards the Senate, which could prompt a backlash from those senators who represent the voice of the people. Akpabio must be careful with his statement, as a coordinated gang-up to remove him is looming if he doesn't change recourse, Ayodele warned. His actions and public remarks are causing the Senate to lose respect, and those advocating for the people's voice will not remain silent. The cleric further suggested that the growing discontent within the Senate could lead to a segregation of opinions, with factions forming against Akpabio due to his perceived incompetence. This division, Ayodele said, could escalate into a larger issue that threatens the stability of the Senate and Akpabio's leadership. There will be segregation within the Senate, primarily driven by Akpabio's incompetence, he added. Despite the fact that the Senate President is often seen as a government mouthpiece, his actions are creating internal strife. This Senate will face challenging times, and we should prepare for rowdy sessions. Ayodele's prophecy comes amidst growing political tension surrounding Akpabio's leadership. His tenure as Senate President has faced increasing scrutiny, with critics questioning his ability to effectively lead the legislative arm of the government. As internal pressure mounts, the possibility of a coordinated effort to unseat him seems more plausible, according to a clergyman's warning. To my dear listeners, now I've come to the end of our today's news. And now before I go, I will pick it from where he said, his tenure as Senate President has faced increasing scrutiny, with critics questioning his ability to effectively lead the legislative arm of the government. To my dear listeners, this is not a lie. Akpabio does not fit to be in the position he's holding. Is with critics questioning his ability to effectively lead the legislative arm of the government. Why would you be a leader of the Senate House and yet um your work your we didn't see your work? He has not been effective, not to talk of been showing his efficiency. It is so poor in leading that he feels the post is holding is a joke. To be honest, before giving people this kind of position, I think interviewed needs to be granted. They should be interviewed. Obviously, obviously. So it won't be as if we are speaking ill of the man. This man does not fit for the position he's holding. All he knows is to pass a bill that is not tantamount with the problem that is facing the country. I want to believe that as the Senate president, it is not all bill that you have to pass. When they pass the bill, it is not all bill that you have to grant. You should be sensible enough to know that, okay, fine, as at this moment, this is not the kind of bill you are expecting. But when it has to do with the bill of signing increment of their own salary, they would do that. But look at the youth, look at the civil servant, look at the government workers that are suffering. The minimum wage there, nothing has still been done by now. It is only audio that we are hearing it from. We can